what does it tell you, apart from the obvious, that Democrats who 2 years ago would have died for Biden now don't want him anywhere near their campaigns? Last weekend he was back in the basement and it was the old man Obama that was on the stump.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of amazing to see. Joe Biden is like political poison. He is the anchor around the neck of the Democrat Party. No one wants him out campaigning with them because they know he's just going to drag them down. Look, it's his policies that have put America in the horrible position that we're in right now. And if we're being really honest, even in 2020, Joe Biden was not that popular. There was so much hate for Donald Trump spewed from the Democrats, Hollywood, the mainstream media, that a lot of people went out and voted for Joe Biden because he was going to be this great uniter. He was going to balance things out and, turn us around, and everything was going to be kumbaya and great. And of course, I think people were shocked at how epically he has failed on that front, but how quickly it also happened here in America. So yeah, they're bringing out the only person really they have left, Barack Obama, who's been out of office now for 6 years. Even bringing him out, I don't think that they're going to be able to cover up the mess that they've created here in America. It looks really bad for Democrats. They're trying everything they can, but like I said, people are awake now. They're getting it now. They're not having the wool pulled over their eyes anymore, and they're either going to go out and vote for Republicans, or they feel so disenfranchised and betrayed by the Democrat Party that I don't think they're even going to go out and vote at all.
So let's imagine that it all goes right on the night and Republicans win, either the House or maybe the Senate as well. They get the chance to stop Biden in terms of making anything worse via legislation, but doesn't he have the chance to stop them with veto powers? So what will actually change for normal people if the whole thing grinds to a halt for the next 2 years?
Look, I think first and foremost, we're going to get rid of these complete sham political theater committees that you've seen under the Democrats and actually start paying attention to problems that real Americans have and doing things that impact their lives instead of all of this nonsense that no one cares about that they've tried to force down people's throats now for well around a year. So that in and of itself, I think, is positive. Obviously, if Republicans are in charge, you're not going to see these exorbitant spending bills, as you just referenced, passing through the House and Senate, because we believe that that is contributing in a major way to the terrible 40-year high inflation that we have here in America. But yes, of course, Joe Biden would have the ability to veto anything that Republicans might put on his desk. But if he does that, and it's something that could help America and would be positive overall for our country, I think it just goes to further show people how little the Democrats really care about them, and probably opens up a big window for Republicans to come in, sweep it all again in 2024, and of course, change the person in the White House, which, man, do we need to do that as quickly as we possibly can.
And I wonder if you may well be seeing that person at some point in time, be it over Thanksgiving or Christmas, but fingers crossed. Now, finally, if the Democrats lose, Biden, of course, is going to be done. So give us an idea of some of the donkeys that may well line up to take his place in 2024.
Yeah, look, the Democrats have no bench. It's a really sad state of affairs for them. Joe Biden, of course, wants to convince everyone that he is running again. You can take that for what it's worth. This is also a guy who I think just 2 days ago said that there were 54 states in our country. There are, of course, 50. You have his vice president, which normally would be the likely next person in line, Kamala Harris, who gets more and more unpopular by the day. She is even less popular now than she was when she first ran for president. She dropped out, of course, before her home state of California even voted because she was polling so low in her home state. You have Pete Buttigieg. People like to throw around his name. He hasn't done a great job being a secretary. I think people can look at the supply chain crisis as evidence of that. You have Beto O'Rourke, who is running for governor of the state of Texas. When he loses coming up on Tuesday next week, I suspect perhaps he would throw his hat in the ring for a fourth loss in a row. And of course, there's always Hillary Clinton, and nothing would make Americans happier than seeing Hillary Clinton lose a second time in a row. So let's see what happens. They've got really no one. We feel very positive on the Republican side, but I can tell you one thing. We don't take anything for granted. We are keeping our foot on the gas as we head towards next Tuesday. We're hoping for a big win there. And then, of course, we turn to 2024 because we need to get there for the sake of the future of our country as fast as we can.